Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I am bringing you an additional career mode. Yes, not in a forest one, we will do that career mode. Don't panic, never fear. But I decided to go with selection number 2, read through all the comments, and this is what I decided to go with. Something really challenging. There we have it, we are going to the Bundesliga. Yes, we're going to Germany in the Bundesliga, Eintracht Frankfurt. I'm looking forward to it. We have a decent squad. Well, that's what I've been led to believe. I haven't seen the squad report yet, that hasn't been sent over, so we'll look at that both at the same time. As I open my email, we'll have a look at that and see how good the squad is, what we have to work with. Hopefully we have a talented squad, hopefully a squad that isn't aging. That's what I've been led to believe when I had a conversation with a German, when I agreed to come over to Germany, when I agreed to take on the actual job. So I'm hoping it's going to happen. As you know, my background is I've been a manager at Bahia in Brazil. I enjoyed my time there. It was a fantastic first season. We didn't win any trophies, unfortunately, but it was a great season. I then moved on to Molde in Norway. I had a fantastic season in Molde. You know, we didn't win any titles. We finished third in the league, though, which was absolutely sensational. Some really good players. Some really, really good players. So I'm hoping for big things in Germany. Hopefully I can secure a trophy. But it's not going to be easy. The German Cup's going to be difficult. And, of course, the German League itself is going to be very difficult with some top teams. But, thankfully, the chap who I'm following managed to do as a deal. 3.8 million for a young lad called Jonas Flem. He's 25 years old. I believe he's a centric defensive midfielder. He's on 30,000 euros a week, which is not too bad. It's a good wage. So hopefully his statistics and his squad report will actually match his wage. Hopefully he's a good player and we can get him into the side depending on how the side actually looks. From what I know from the history, the boys play in a 4-2-3-1. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm very fluent with that formation, all the formations to be honest, but it's a formation I quite like. So hopefully I'll be able to do it justice. Hopefully I'll be able to do the fans some justice and deliver at least European football, which would be nice in the first season. So in goal we have Kevin Trapp, fantastic keeper. I mean, 22 years old, he's phenomenal. You know, big things are built for this lad. I think he'll be an absolutely massive world stopper. Fingers crossed, touch wood, you just never know these days. You know, an injury could set him back, but touch wood, nothing happens. And why am I putting the fear of God into myself? At right back, as you saw, we had Sebastian Jung. Looks very good, looks very solid, looks, nothing too amazing, which I like. So the boy's got room to improve. He looks very, very good at this moment in time. Carlos in centre-back. He put in the tackle in the VT that I was sent over, which you would have saw a few moments ago. He looks very, very good. Hopefully he equals that with that challenge. I mean, what a challenge he put in. That was a monster challenge. Alexandra, though, his pace worries me, and sprint speed, and lack of balance and agility. That really worried me, but we'll have to see how that all develops. Bastian looks pretty good, 24 years old. He looks pretty solid, good statistics. It's nice to see. So far, our oldest player is 30. We've only had one of those. The rest of the lads are all pretty young, including Marco Reus, centre defensive midfielder, 27 years old. Again, statistics, nothing to write home about, but looks very, very solid. Looks very good. In the central defensive, we've got a lot of central defensive midfielders at this moment in time. We have can't quite make out his first name. I need to actually make the screen bigger when I do the editing. That might make it a bit better. It looks like Wegler. He looked like a decent player, to be honest. Some really good statistics. Stefan in the right midfield position. 25 years old. I am loving the fact that we've got plenty of, decent age players. Nothing worse than coming to a club and they're all, 29, 30, 31, and you have to gut the entire club and bring in new players. So that's filled me with a bit of confidence so far. One of our loanees is Tranquillo. Not too bad, looks okay, some good statistics. Obviously Schalke are probably just putting him on the market, so we were quite happy to take him on. I'm not 100% sure of the history. I'll discuss that with the chairman, see why we've got him on loan. Perhaps there's a deal there, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But Alexandra in the cam position, 30-year-old. So we have got two 30-year-olds in the actual side. He looks okay. He's got decent finishing. I'm encouraged with that. Good curve. Some good technical statistics. That fills me full of joy. Obviously, his physical wasn't fantastic, but, his technical looked good. Up top from Hoffenheim, another loanee, a young player, 23 years old. Looks okay. Nothing to write home about. A little bit lacking in the pace, but we'll have to see. Takashi, we have at left midfield, 25 years old again. I really am loving the fact that we don't have to change too many players. That's really, really good. Sebastian, is that Rod? 22 years old, CDM. We definitely have a lot of CDMs. Really good all-round statistics. I'm very impressed. He looks like a real handful. We're moving on to our substitute goalkeeper, which is Felix. 23 years old. Fantastic. I'm loving the fact that we've got so many young players, so many early 20s, so many mid 20s. Absolutely fantastic. Up top, Kladek. Acceleration and sprint speed impresses me. It looks like he could be a right handful. Centre back, 25 years old, Anderson. Fantastic. He looks pretty good. Lacking on a bit of strength. Might have to do a bit of strength work with him. See how that pans out. As we know, Jonas Flem has just joined. Oh my days, he's actually got decent statistics. He looks like a good squad player. A really good squad report. I'm impressed with that, to be honest. Stefano, 24 years old, right back. I'm just so astounded at the age group we have to work with here. It's absolutely fantastic. Jan Rosenthal, 27 years old, a little bit of experience. You can always, it's good to have young players, but you need that experience and that continuity, which I'm really, really chuffed with. Constant, 26, left back. Some good agility and acceleration on the full back. I'm happy with that. Stefan Sharok, I tell you what, your statistics don't half rock, fella. I am chuffed with that. Agility, balance, he's got jumping, he's got acceleration, he's got the sprint speed. That is absolutely superb. I'm looking forward to working with him, see how he pans out. We have Tobias on loan as a CDM. You can definitely see the historical side of this team is a 4-2-3-1. We have so many CDMs. We seem to be lacking in the cams, one so far, but hopefully we've got some versatile players. Up top, a youngster, 17 years old, Gianluca, looking not too bad. The problem I always find with the younger players when you come to a club is you have a squad report, you get given information and details, but you can never really tell if it's accurate. So I personally like to see them playing in the under-19 games, even in the reserve team, see how they settle in, see how they look to me. I like to make my own personal decision to see if they've got a little bit of nous about them, if they've got enough to make it at the club. Hopefully, some of these lads have. I'm hoping more so than anything, because the depth is looking a little bit young for my liking. So we might have to add a little bit of experience into the depth of the side. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. I need to see the boys train, see how what their work ethic is, see if they've got a good work ethic. For a start, they've got to have a good work ethic. They've got to be willing to train and train hard, and die for their team at the end of the day. So we'll have to see. We'll see how that all pans out. From a league point of view, as I say, the chairman wants me to qualify for Euro League, which is fine. I'm happy with that. I think that's very doable. I do feel that we need to bring a few players in. My biggest fear is, as much as we've got young players and only a few players, nearing 30, 31, contracts. My nightmare is I'm going to look at contracts and they're all going to be on a one-year deal. So we'll have to have a look at that in a moment. We're just going to have a look at the league table. I'm sure you guys have seen the league table before for the Bundesliga, but there are some powerhouses in there, some real big teams. You've got your Stuttgart, you've got your Wolfsburg, you've got your Dortmund, you've got your Hoffenheim, you've got your Leverkusen, you've got your Mönchengladbach, you've got your Bayern Munich. There are some powerful teams in that league. It's going to be very tough. Werder Bremen, it is going to be so tough. Hertha Berlin as well. It's going to be a tough. Hanover, Hamburg, Schalke. Oh my days! It's going to be tough. It's going to be a very competitive season, which I'm looking forward to. But my fear with contracts it's not too bad. That is not too bad. That is only 6 players. 6 players with contracts of a year. So that means a good, 85-90% of the team have contracts of 2 years and above. That is fantastic. That means that our transfer budget and our wage budget is not going to be decimated by sorting out contracts within the team. So what I'm going to do is assess the 6 players we have, see if they're worthy of a contract extension. If they are, then we give them the appropriate contract extension. If they're not, then we'll try and make a few quid on them, farm them out, get a few euros in, and try and develop the squad with the additional money. That's the best I think we can actually hope for and do, to be honest, without taking too many risks. We've got a decent budget. I was told it's going to be around about 6 million euros. I wasn't lied to by the chairman. It's 6.5 million, and he gave me 80,000 euros a week for transfers, which I've got to say, I'm really, really chuffed with, so I'm happy with that. I will have a look at the hiring the scouts. I've read all the portfolios. There's 2 guys that stand out for me, which is the Nicolas. 3.5 million euros is a huge amount of money, but his judgment is 4 and his experience is 3. Now, I read the guy's portfolio. He has brought through some absolutely world-class players, so I'm very interested in having a look at his players and what he can develop to the club, but he's more of an attacking scout, so we'll have to wait and see. On the other hand, I do have the option with Philip. Only going to cost me 1.2 million euros. 3-star on the judgment, 3-star on the experience. The guy's portfolio is very, very good, to be honest. It's nothing to be laughed at. It's a really good portfolio. He hasn't had the odd superstar like Nicolas, but those don't come around every day of the week. They come around once in a blue moon. You don't get world-class players every day of the week. So I'm going to be very interested to see what you guys think about hiring a scout and what players you think we need to add to this squad and how we can develop this squad on our journey through Season 1. Of course, if we get to the end of Season 1 and you wish me to move on, I certainly will. I'm quite happy to move country to country. I've been to Brazil and Norway. I'm now in Germany, so I'm very happy. So hopefully you enjoy this career mode, and as always, I will catch you later.
I used to dream about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow